Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Last time we wrapped up the Tail Cave and got our first instrument, the cello. I forgot the full name of it, honestly. But today we're gonna head back to Mabe Village and maybe find some new stuff. Oh, these kids are sort of in a panic. Hey, buddy, it's serious. Yeah, really serious. Yeah, it is. The moblins came to the village. Yeah, that's right. A whole gang of moblins. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Then it's for real. They all went to the house. What house? Yeah, that house. And then they did something at Bowwow's house. Oh, gosh. It was a really bad scene with the moblins. So, I mean, it might be faster to find out for yourself what happened. Yeah, because you're not making any sense. Alright, so apparently we got a bit of a state of panic. It's terrible. My Bowwow is dogged out by mob. Why would your chain chomp? Well, I guess it's a chain chomp. I guess they could use it as some sort of weapon because it is a chain chomp after all. Now, I love how apparently moblins came to the village, and Marin's she's just in her own little world. It's like, Marin, did you not see the moblins that attacked? You don't seem to be reacting at all. So just a heads up, this part is going to be, like, painfully short, because, for what it's worth, there is not much you can really do between Dungeons 1 and, between Tail Cave and the next dungeon. The island really doesn't open up a whole lot more. You only get to really do a whole bunch after this dungeon. Because of the item you get. Like, after we complete this dungeon, believe me, there's actually going to be a good amount of stuff to do, afterwards. But for the time being, all we can really do is, like, get this piece of heart. And I think there is one other piece of heart we can get, but that's kind of it. Alright, but let's go get our Bowwow friend back. The windfish in name only, for it is neither. What? Whatever. It's like the owl speaks in Cheshire cat riddles. Okay, boys, let's get rid of him. Pretty simple. You got these moblins, you block their sword attacks with the shield, and then you got a whole room of them. This is pretty simple. I gotta wonder what they were going to do. Piece of power! I wonder what they were going to actually do with the with Bowwow now that they caught it. An assassin sent by MeowMeow. I can't help but find that funny. Okay, anyway, this guy is going to throw a little awesome. He's going to throw spears at you, or harpoon spears probably, and then he will also tackle the wall. Basically, you want to or tackle you. You just want to lure him into smacking into the wall so he's dazed and you can attack his back. But since I have the piece of power, he dies significantly quicker. He usually takes 8 hits to take out, but since I had the piece of power, it doubled my attack power, so I did it in half the time. It was a coincidence, obviously, but now that we have Bowwow, we have Bowwow. Oh, we're getting a little visit from an old friend. What? It's a fearsome-looking animal you have there. Do not forget, the next instrument is in Gopanga Swamp. Fearsome indeed. The chain chomp will follow you everywhere you go, at least until we eventually return it to its rightful. Hey, it's Dompe from Ocarina of Time. It wasn't a Link to the Past, obviously, but this is a neat little callback, I guess. I'm Dompa. My job around this island is to dig up interesting stuff. When you have some time to spare, come see me in my shack over there. That's probably not a fitting voice to give him at all, but I wasn't trying. And the other piece of heart is right over here. As mentioned, there are some pieces of heart that were added to this remake. This will be one of them. And thankfully, I was right. It is the max in the original game was 14. But yeah, we have Bowwow on our side now. Bowwow will attack any enemy that approaches Link. Sometimes it's immediate, sometimes it's not. And if there's more than one enemy in the vicinity, Bowwow will immediately just go from one enemy to the next. Like we'll show it here, or not. Eat that slime. Eat the slime. Thank you. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's a shame we don't keep this thing around for too long. There is a section of the game you can get to with the chain chomp, and there's actually a little interesting scene you could get to play out there. I'm not showing it off because I kind of forgot actually. But I'll explain it when we get to that point, because it will be a little bit later. These are likes. I don't remember if they were in Link to the Past, but do not get caught by them because they can actually eat your shield. That's why the item shop sells the shield. So in case if you get caught by a it'll eat your shield and you're gonna have to go buy another one. You might have noticed that Bowwow was just talking about digging. There's actually spots that Bowwow can actually sniff up that you can dig out of. If you took the preemptive and you have the shovel at this point already, you can capitalize and see what kind of neat stuff you can find. You're not going to find anything like absolutely important, but you might find some rupees or hearts. Because the specific areas where we would need the shovel later, they're in very specific spots. And I'm just going to be the one. I'm just going to end up showing you where all those spots are anyways. Not to mention, some of these spots are hidden behind areas we can't get to until we complete this dungeon. So it kind of makes Chain Chomp a little useless. Oh, actually, correction. When we're done this dungeon, we can actually go to that area where that scene plays out. Because we'll be the dungeon item we get out of here will allow us to progress a little bit further. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of a thing. Watch out for these fish. They're actually kind of annoying to hit because their window of your attack window is pretty small. But we managed to reach Bottle Grotto, which is the name. I sort of spoiled the name of the next dungeon, but that's kind of it. I apologize. Like I said, I do apologize for the abysmally short part, but it's just how I'm segmenting this game off. Like I do dungeons. I try to do the dungeon in one part, and I do all the extra stuff like on its I do all the the collectathon, everything in between the dungeons in a single part as well, assuming there's enough to squeeze into one part. If it's too much, I can obviously put it in two. But anyway, I'm sort of going on for too long. So anyways, next time on The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, we'll be entering the second dungeon. So until then, I got a juice.